Okay, hello and welcome. So I'm going to take a look at the Times quick cryptic crossword, and this is being published on Friday the 27th of December 2024. It's a bit of a cold, grey, miserly day outside, so I'm quite happy to be in, put the heating on. And this puzzle is being set by Cheeko. Now, Cheeko is one of the new setters this year. We've only had 4 puzzles from them, and they've been a bit of a struggle. I've taken 25 to 30 minutes on all 4 of them, and 2 of them I've been successful on, 2 of them I've failed. The thing to note is that on the previous puzzles, like these words here, these 4 6-letter words that go into the middle, they've sometimes been anagrams of each other, or certainly in the first puzzle, in another one, the horizontals were anagrams of each other, and the verticals were. So there might be something there to give me a little bit of a help. But otherwise, I'm going to dig in. I've done my ablutions in the bathroom. I've made a new cup of tea. I'm just prepared that this may take a while. So enough chatting. I'm going to reset the time and crack on. In which you'd find some features promoted. Okay, dull poet makes a comeback. Drab and barred. Okay, bit of an oldie there. Question essentially put by unconfined picky brief. Gosh. Unconfined picky brief. I wonder if that's taken ICK. Question essentially put. U. QU. I think it's QU. Ick. Quick. There we are. Yes. Very good. Brief. Secret vault. Mostly very cold. I'm thinking cryptic or arctic there. Secret. Cryptic. Very cold. Well, I'm thinking that's cryptic though. Crypt. Very cold tick. I don't know. Mostly very cold. Cryptic, arctic. Okay, I'm going to lose that. Terrible lot, betrayal causing melee. Okay, terrible lot. Terrible is lot, betrayal. Betrayal is what, 8 letters? Lot is so that's probably enough for an anagram. So what that is, lot, betrayal. If that's an anagram of melee. Not sure. A lot of quiet, clear swimming. Okay, I assume a lot of is quiet is P, and anagram of clear would be swimming, clear, plethora, a lot of, unless it's anagram, unless the P needs to be part of the anagram rather than just. Southern 70s group, pop group backing Say Blur. Southern is S. 70s pop group backing Say Blur. That's obviously not going to be a Southern 70s pop group specifically. ABBA would be a pop group from the 70s. There's a lot of pop groups. Mud would be a good one. Mud something. Southern is S. Okay. Habitual fake laid into art. That looks like there might be an anagram of, laid into art, I think, which would be, habitual would be, Okay, republic, that crosses the line. Republic, that crosses the line. Kingdom, crossings cross the line. Bridge. Shy boy meets retiring girl. Okay, so I assume that's a girl's name coming backwards with some kind of boy, which would be lad or son. Shy would be another word I can't biff. Discard outhouse. I think that's shed, isn't it? That must be shed. Die having secured number 1 in record contract. Die having secured number 1 in record contract. Yeah, not a lot going on there. Okay. What's going on here with a Q? Common queries. Old message format delivered. Oh, common queries. It feels like there should be an O on the end for QO. Common queries, message format, delivered. Might be a... Is that quick? I mean, that has to be quick, doesn't it? Q, U, ick, I would think. Let's move on to two down. Hillary, which is Edmund Hillary, say, mountaineer. Ultimately, athletics, C, and agile. Hillary, climber, limber. Okay, fair enough. Not too bad on that one. Rapidly approve of article with independent. Rapidly approve of. Take the rapidly approve of. Take and approve of article is the, I assume. Could be an an or a in there somewhere, I suppose. Let's put that there for now without that in there. Okay, beginning with fight. That's a parcel, isn't it? The one down there. Is that a parcel? That's a parcel. Let's go with that being a parcel. So let's see if this is an anagram. Beginning to fight. F. Awfully close quarters. Awfully close. Beginning to fight. Suggests there should be awfully close. Y. Nearby. Nib. Irritable character in Wind in the Willows. That's Ratty. Still married. Trapped in absurd debacle. So, debacle. There's a lot going on in that. There's B's in absurd and debacle. So debacle is 7 letters. Absurd is 6. Betrothed. Still married. Mad Monk. Mad Monk was Rasputin, wasn't it? Mad Monk might be an anagram. Tries to divide your church. Mad. Immaculate paths at last weed free. Spotless, I suppose. Why would that be spotless? Immaculate is spotless. Paths is S. Weeds free. Weeds free is potless. Good. Turnover catch or turnover cover on novel. On novel catch 22. That's interesting. I don't know what to do with that catch 22. The 22 bit. 22 would normally refer to something else, but I don't think it's going to refer to 22 across, which is shed. Turnover cover is a lid, so dill on novel. Dill new. Novel. Catch 22. I've actually got the book by my bed and I still haven't read it after owning it for about 20 years. Gets a bit repetitive in my found. Savage punch with force rather than power. Okay, so let's just change which is an F, a P to an F. Savage. Change a P to an F would be punch. Are we looking for a thump or like a thumping punch, or are we looking for a cocktail punch? Drink. Savage, ferocious. Okay. Blue Arizona River. I'm assuming that's AZUR, isn't it? Azure. Unemployed star in audition. Idle. Idle and idle, I think. Okay, good. Bit of standardness there. Not seeing anything to help me here. Shred, drab, parcel. Don't think that had anything. So yeah, in which you'd find some features promoted. No idea. Back issue. Features are normally things like your chin and your nose and your brow. So chin could fit there, but then what would that be? Rapidly approve of it. Article with independent. So let's have a look at this now. See, habitual fake laid into art. Does look like it can be a traditional. I think that fits. Trad-ish. No, yeah, traditional fits. Okay, that helps a bit. If I can spell it right, it'll be even better. There we go. This one, Republican. Ooh, Republic. Is that like that crosses the line? I mean, Ecuador fits nicely in there. Republic. The Republic of Ecuador. That crosses the line. I don't see why that would be though. Boy meets retiring girl. Shy boy. Lad, id, die. Die would seem the most likely girl. But why? Why? What would be the first bit? Sonid. Don't think that's helping then. Okay. What's here? Oh, another one of these Battle Royale, I think that is. Battle Royale, probably. It's better said as Royal. Royale, yep. Okay, that's nice. Oh, we've got an L. Beginning to fight. Awfully close quarters. I'm pretty certain that's take the something. Take the... I don't know about take, actually. It could be make. Approve of. Okay. Article. Rapidly approve. Common queries. I don't think that's a hidden word of ONQU. Common queries. Queries old message format. I can't think of what we used to, what you used to see on computer. If it's a computer message format, like GIFs and JPEGs and I can't remember what else there was back in the day. I don't know if it's one of those. Republic. I mean, if that was Ecuador, which I can't pass, so I don't think it is. Take the with independent. That'd be ind, wind. Take the wind. I think that's take the wind. Rapidly. Yeah, if you go rapidly, you are taking the wind, I think. Ooh. Which makes Ecuador look really possible at this point. I can't believe it is, but Savage Punch with Savage. Again, are we looking at savage in terms of being vicious, or are we talking about a type of savage, shall we say? And I don't know, so I'm going to go over here. Mad monk tries to divide your church. Could that be an anagram of your church? Don't think so. Monk. Could it literally be monk going in there? Monastery. Monastery doesn't work. I mean, I'd like to put URCE at the end. Yeah, your church, Church of England or whatever, church. But there's no, I can't see any kind of sound like indicator to say your should be your like that. So mine. Turnover cover. I think that's dill. Lid going upwards. Turnover cover on novel. So dill on. But I can't think what Catch 22 would be. It's a parody kind of thing. I don't know what the word would be. If that's a D, what's that give? Southern is S, I would think. 70s pop group would be Mud. Smudge for blur, there we are. Smudge, okay. Backing, EG. Oh gosh, wow, really? Yeah, Mad Monk. Is that just an anagram of monk? Mad Monk tries to. Oh, okay, in which case it's... no, I don't know actually. But I think that is an anagram monk. Let's try that. Monk. What is it? I can't see my... just putting the light on that way. Vision monk. TRSIETO. Monk tries to get rid of MNR. Lots to get there. KTTS. OOIE. Monkeys. Is there monkeys there, something? There's not saw. Saw's a word there. Tor. I mean, what your tries to divide your. Maybe your is actually y and then end of our with a y sort of there or something. That would make sense as to what it tries to divide would be. I mean, it could be an anagram of that as well. Actually, when I look at it, it could be some kind of anagram there. Monday. Is there a Monday there? No. So what's this? This is still married. Trapped in its debacle. So that does look like it's an anagram of debacle. So actually, it's just an anagram of debacle with M in it, I think. DB, DBCLE, DBCLE, EA, and an M. I've got rid of the B, got rid of the L, got rid of an E. I'm looking for a word meaning still, which would be becalmed. No, becalmed. Good. Oh, there's my ick. Mostly. I think that's cryptic, you know. I just can't get away from that. And there's my Y that I was talking about. That becomes yard. I mean, that yaw then certainly has to be an R down there and a U there. Just where there's a. Okay, what's this? Beginning to fight. Fickle, awfully close. Beginning to fight. Close quarters. Got no idea if that is Ecuador. Let's have a look at this one down here. That haven't been to for a while. Didn't really understand this one. Die, having secured. So is that literally DIE? Probably. Secured number one in record. Contract. I would think that's a word meaning contract, like shrinkage, SHR. Could be shrinkage actually, in terms of 8 letters, but I don't think it is the word. Number one is either is it NOI? In record. It's got D. Do I think that would end in an I? Unlikely. So let's go with that being I. Number one would have to go there. I'm not really seeing anything going on there. That's Ecuador. That is Ecuador because it's on the equator. Yeah. Okay. So what's this? Savage punch. Something I. Something R. Something. So I've got a P or an I. A P or an F to replace a P. Where's the F going? If it was PI, something doesn't really feel good. If it was IP, force. Savage. This, turnover cover, so that's lid going upwards. On, novel. Novel is new. It's a dilemma, isn't it? It's just the Emma novel, okay. Timid, okay. Sorry to bemoan the. I don't know if that is cryptic actually. I mean, crypt, fair enough. Mostly very cold, mostly crypt. But then the I of C for cold, but very. I don't get where the I comes from. But hey, what do we got down here? This second word. Where am I? This one is what I want to get there. not sure what I'm looking at really on my letters boards. Okay, so I think there's a mad monk's gone as such, but I think there could be a York, York monitor tries to divide your church. Mad monks. I think there's an anagram of monk in there, so I think that would seem reasonable to put KMNO. That begins to look like it might be. So what's yours? Your church. Could be tries actually. Monk tries, which would be, and then your would be YR, wouldn't it? And I think I've got therefore, I don't know, I've got too many letters. What have I got? I need to write that down, I really do. Monk tries. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of monk easily. I've got an R for tries gone. I've got the T gone. That leaves me IES. Monster. Monster. I've got an I. Minster. York Minster. Hurrah! Blimey. So that almost certainly has to be cryptic. What's this one? Die having... I think contract here is something like shrinkage, but I can't think what that word is. Die having secured number one. So number one is me. Die is to in record, but then in record contract. What's a record contract? Not sure. Okay, that probably take. Well, let's have a look at this one. In which you'd find some features promoted. That's facelift, isn't it? I think facelift, which makes that like the wind. Okay, like the wind. Fair enough. Approve. Yes, like facelift. This looks like facile. Beginning to fight a awfully close quarters. No, it's not, is it? It's an anagram again. It's... is it an anagram? Feckles? Maybe that isn't cryptic, although I can't see what it is instead. And if that's facelift, I think it has to be. Common queries are old message format delivered. FAQs. Common queries are FAQs, frequently asked questions. And facts. And sound like a fax, facsimile. Okay. Let's just take that out for a minute. I think that is cryptic though, really. But I don't understand why. Beginning to fight awfully close quarters. Fox. Beginning to fight awfully close quarters. Fourths of close quarters, aren't they? Okay, 23 minutes. I mean, I'm pretty much back on this 25 to 30 minute thing, although I'm not that close this time. Savage Punch I can't work out, and Die having secured number one in record contract. Contract's a lease, I suppose that's the other possibility. Lease in record, although that doesn't really die. Contract is a lease, which is a... Is my F or a P? Savage Punch is... So let's just see if there's anything to help me out here. I can't really see anything that would help me out, but FAQs, spotlights. Don't see any obvious anagrams of each other. Climate and dilemma, like the wind, York Minster. I mean, there's nothing connecting any of these really. Becalmed, A, B, C, D, E in there. F, Q. Is it a pangram? Maybe. Is it possible I've got a Z somewhere? I've got a Y, haven't I? Have I got an X? Got a Z there. So is there an X to go in here somewhere? Wouldn't be surprised if there's a pangram there somewhere. Because I've got all the difficult letters. I've got a J. I haven't got a J, am I? Why am I? Beginning to fight. Oh, Die. I mean, that can't be an IE there. So if it's literally die having, and I don't think it is with this guy, or with Cheeko, I should say. Having secured number one. One is I, isn't it really? In record contract. In record, as we've seen before, is LD. L could be disc, I suppose. Disc doesn't really fit. Savage punch with force rather than power. If I could maybe get that, I'd have a chance at just alphabet trawling this last one. Fear. Savage punch. Fear. So savage. Punch with force rather than power. Does that mean that's an F rather than a P? And take out that first one, which would be savage would be don't think so. Punch. It's literally, there can't be punch. Take the P off of punch and put an F there. I mean, punch can also mean to make a hole punch. Increase. Contract is the opposite. Decrease. Oh, they are decrease. What about decrease? Why is that decrease? Die. Having secured number one in record contract. I think decrease is to contract. But why? Why that is, I'm not so sure really. Okay, let's assume it is decrease. D. In record, I can't make anything out in that really, because I haven't got die. That means good. Number one, D-I-E, D-E, crease record. There's no discs. There's no CDs. So I don't know really. This one, if that is, as I suspect, decrease, which would be right for what am I doing? Am I P-I-F-I something? Savage. Vicious. Don't think I can have an F or a P there. That would be a little unlikely. So could have one there. Maybe. I still haven't finished up here really. Secret, I think, is cryptic. Vault, crypt, mostly very cold. Oh, I see. Okay. Yes. Okay, I see. Cryptic. Fair enough. Which, beginning to fight is F. Awfully close is quarters are. What have we got? F something. I just need to write that out horizontally. I mean, if it's an anagram of close, then you can only have S, E, O, no word there, O, E, not really a word, so then we can put the E there, effects low, not likely. Feckles is probably a word. I don't think it's the right word, but and then we just got foxel. Foxel? That might be a word actually, foxel. The part of a boat. I think I'm going to leave that there. I think the foxhole head is part of a boat, and it might therefore be where people sleep, shall we say. Foxhole head, it just rings a bell. Okay, I'll leave that out from it while I have a look at this clue again. Savage punch, 30 minutes, I mean, one clue left. With force rather than power, I mean, the only other possibility is that force could be G or N for Newton. Could be G for gravity or N for Newton. But F for force would be more likely. But it wouldn't surprise me actually, the way this has gone. And then an N could go there, I suppose. Or it could go there. Savage. I mean, I'm probably better off just alphabet drawing that really, based on what I've got. Y. Well, I can try an N and an F, can't I? And win doesn't really work. And even a G, wiggery. So that doesn't seem good. F there, N there, G, not very good. So the W doesn't look good. E, I, very unlikely, but let's try it. E, I, F, N, no. No, so R. I mean, I'm assuming this decrease is correct, but as I can't pass it, I think it's probably not correct, really. We've got FNG, ring, rig, riff. Doesn't seem likely. T, tiff, tin, tinra, tinder. I mean, I'd like to think it's F, replacing P, really, but okay, T isn't working. Y, if we must. N, yin, yif, I'm actually not doing the P's, am I? UI, doesn't seem like I definitely not. Oi. Okay, what have we got? PI and FI would be Savage AI D. I was doing something a bit better than when I was doing SI. P, SIP, SIF. DIF, DIPRA. Hip, don't really see that. G, H, J, Savage, J, I. Can't see that. Killer, could be killer. Kip, liff. I've gone away from actually trying things in here. And these other letters. B-I. B-I, V-I, C-I. So Z-I. I would think it's most likely to be an F to start it then. For savages, ferocious, fierce. There we are, fierce. So I'm going to have to just go with what I think here because I've pretty much had enough of this puzzle really. 35 minutes. Decrease. There it is, 35 minutes. Okay. Quite why I can get savages, fierce and pierce. I don't know really. But yeah, wow. Okay. Once again, Cheeko coming up with a difficult puzzle for us. So let's have a review of that. So yeah, I mean, we've just got a straight cryptic really. Features normally refers to something to do with your face, chin, nose. So yeah, in which you'd find some features promoted. Is a facelift. We've got dull, drab is dull, and we've got the bard is the poet making a comeback. So bard reading backwards. I like this clue. Question is Q. Essentially put. So take the essential letter of put, which is the U, and then take the unconfined letters of the picky, which is the ICK, and that gives you brief, which is quick. Secret vault. Secret is cryptic. A vault is a crypt, and mostly very cold is icy or ice, I suppose. Terrible lot. Terrible is an anagram indicator of lot. Betrayal being an anagram of battle royale. Battle royale, which is a melee. A lot of is a parcel. Really? I mean, you get a parcel of land. Is that a lot? Quiet is P, and we've got an anagram of clear. Swimming gives you parcel. Southern is S. We've got the 70s pop group Mud, who I would have to say Tiger Feet is one of the all-time classics. If you ever want to go dancing, that's one to get out to put the dance track onto. Backing say, so we've got e.g. backwards gives us a smudge, which is a blur of sort. Habitual is traditional. We've got fake telling us an anagram of laid into art. We've got Ecuador, which is the republic that crosses the line. So Ecuador is literally on the equator, that line. A shy boy, Tim, meets retiring girl, Di, and a boy meets girl, so shy is timid. Discard, outhouse, double definition there. Shed, you shed clothes or shed hair, and an outhouse can be a shed. I'm not sure what is going on here. What do we got? The die having secured. Is that just an anagram of secured? Number one in record contract. I mean, contract is to decrease, and that's how I got there. Yeah. No, I'm not going to think about it any further. I just don't understand it. So common queries are FAQs. Fair enough. Frequently asked questions. Although some might say that should be 11111 rather than a 4. You know, bit of one of those things that's gone from being an acronym to being used as a thing. I'm not sure about that really, because you always say FAQs, so that's 4 letters, isn't it, or 3 letters. So we've got an old message format delivered, so we've got to sound like a fax, or facsimile as it was. Edmund Hillary was the first man to climb Everest. So ultimately, athletic is take the C of athletic, ultimate letter, and agile is limber. Fair enough. Rapidly is like the wind, and approve is to like. Article is the, and we've got W for with and ind for independent. Beginning to fight is take the F, and then we've got an anagram of close to get quarters. As I say, I think there's part of a boat called a foxhole head. I'm sure that's probably a silent C or something, but there we go. Irritable character. I feel like an irritable character at this moment. Ratty, one of the characters in Wind in the Willows. Still is becalmed. We've got married is nem. Trapped in anagram of debacle, as indicated by absurd. We've got another anagram here of mad, indicating monk tries, and then put that into York. So put the Y and the R, and then put everything else anagrammed in there. Gives you a church, which is York Minster. Immaculate is spotless. Paths at last, so take the S of paths, and weed free, so weed is pot, so if you're weed free you're potless, or it's potless. Turn over cover, so turn lid over, gives you dill, and then the novel Emma gives you catch 22, which is a dilemma. Savage punch, so savage is fierce. If you punch something, you pierce it, change the P to an F, is the power with force thing. Blue is azure, Arizona is AZ, and river is the river Ure. And finally, idol is a sound like of a star, so sound like indicator is an audition. Idol, IDOL. So there we go, that's the puzzle. If you can figure out decrease, let me know down in the comments. But otherwise, thanks for watching.